No, I was kidding. What up, fantasy football people? All right. Waiver wire, pass the wire around. There's players you're going to want. There's players you're not going to want. There's inflation going around. So we're here to help you break it all down. We'll start with the quarterbacks. So there's some injuries, some very bad play. Caleb Williams, Kirk Cousin owners. We'll see Jordan Love owners with injuries. I feel like, Baker Mayfield has to be one of the top. He's only rostering 34% of leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 24 of 30, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Yesterday, that was a
wild. Yeah.
Very quality game.
Yeah, definitely Baker. I mentioned him in another video. But, yeah, they were playing a bad defense, though. But on the waivers, especially if you have a hurt quarterback, yeah, pick up Baker.
So how much does playing a bad team come into effect?
I think it could be misleading week one. If you light
I feel that way too. If it was like not week one, a couple weeks, I would buy it. Because I was thinking about Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
You couldn't have asked him to do any better than he did yesterday, but you're playing the fucking Giants. So but they're the box for the Giants is pretty good. So I don't know. I would consider Sam Darnold.
He's playing the Niners next week.
Right.
I'm not considering him no more. But but he knows that offense. He knows that team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and then he has a Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. It's like Derek Carr had a pretty decent game, but I don't think I could consider trying to pick him up because I don't think it's going to do it twice.
I'll never pick
Cowboys
him up
next
again.
week.
I will never pick him up again.
He plays the Cowboys and then Philly right after, so.
Avoid that. If you're desperate, who would you rather have, Minshew or one of the Steelers?
Oh, man, probably Minshew.
I think I'm going to take one of the Steelers.
I just feel like
if it's Fields.
I feel like Minshew's going to have more passing yards than Justin Fields, which is what he's going to need.
I feel like Fields.
But you're playing fantasy, bro. Fields is going to take the fuck off. See you.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah, but he was kept to 50 rushing yards yesterday.
I mean, fuck. You told me the game is starting and my quarterback's about to give me 50 rushing yards. I'll take that. What did Minshew have? None?
He had 5 rushing yards, but 200.
I don't know. I just thought the Raiders looked terrible yesterday.
He had 257 passing yards and a passing touchdown.
The Raiders were making like coaching mistakes also, so it's like a whole dumpster fire there. And I have a
in a deep league. Jacoby Brissett or Daniel Jones?
Shit.
See, Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna go Daniel Jones, as ridiculous as it sounds, because New England will give the ball to Ramondre. They'll give the ball to Gibson. They'll do anything other than let Brissett fuck it up.
Yeah.
And there's a really good chance that they're gonna let Daniel Jones go throw it, and he might make some throws.
And they're playing the Commanders, who can't stop much.
True.
So if you're really desperate.
That's desperate.
That's bottom of the barrel, like scavenging. For
your wife
food.
just laughed. You took a bottle of whiskey. Like, you know what?
What about Geno Smith? He's only in 32% of leagues. He has his favorable matchups. He plays New England, Miami, Detroit, New York Giants.
I wouldn't hate having to play him if I had to.
Yeah.
I had to ride the whole season with that fool last year because fucking Anthony Richardson got hurt.
I just think I like that team, bro. New system, new OC that favors the talent you have. It's just a matter of time before they figure it out. So, like, I suspect that team should do good anyway. So I don't hate playing Geno at all.
Yeah, he's not going to go off for like 5 touchdowns or anything, but he's also
He just might.
I was going to say don't say that. There's a chance he could.
I'm with you, James. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he'll consistently give me 15 points.
Yeah, he'll give you 15 to 20 maybe.
Hey. I mean, if you're Baker or Geno, like, that's a tough, because those are probably 2 people that people have on waiver. Who are you picking?
I'll go Baker.
I'm taking Geno all day.
Oh, over Baker?
Over Baker, I'm taking Geno. Think about it. That OC just put 3 receivers in the league. You just put 3 receivers in the league, and you put me on a team that has 3 fucking good receivers, they're going to figure something out.
Tampa has good receivers, too, though.
Well, they do. One of those receivers I'm talking about is on Tampa, Jalen McMillan. I'll get to him later. But, I mean, DK finally got somebody that knows how to use him, I think. And I fucking hate DK, but I think he's going to succeed in that system.
Like those Hulu commercials he's in now?
He's one of his favorite football players.
He's a great athlete. He ain't a football player.
All right. Moving on, running backs. Of course, injuries, bad play from running backs. Top of the list so far, everybody has JK Dobbins, 49% owned in leagues for the game he had. He had 135 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. So, but are you putting stock into that as a waiver wire pick?
Depends on how bad my running back situation is.
I'm going to pick him up and stash that motherfucker on my bench anyway because I always thought J.K. Dobbins had ridiculous talent. He had bad luck, and now you're playing for Harbaugh who likes to run the ball anyway. So, I mean, again, it'd be one of those situations where if I'm scraping the barrel, I'm going to take J.K., and if you go off, I'd rather you be on my bench than helping somebody else.
Yeah. Could always be like in my brother's league when he dropped Ramondre, so he was just sitting on
Listen, here's that player I was going to tell you about if we're talking about waiver wire pickups for running back. But you need to hear me out before you cast judgment.
Okay.
Damian fucking Pierce. Damian Pierce had 3 carries yesterday, and they were all good. Houston's not deviating off that run game for a while. And there's no way you can expect Mixon to run like that. Right? So just say Mixon gets hurt and you're going to run the ball 30 times. Damian Pierce might have good games.
Cam Akers is inactive, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. See what I'm saying, bro?
What about Alex Mattison?
Only rostered in 4%.
He ran one in yesterday.
That's more for the receiving, so if you're in a PPR maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he outplayed Zamir White. I mean, 62 total yards, 9 touches. I mean, if you're really hurt, especially people they put running backs on their bench, they want depth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
of the injuries. What do y'all think of Bucky Irving though? Outplayed Rachaad White.
I told y'all I knew he was going to be good, bro. I just had a feeling that he landed in the right spot. Now, I don't suspect that I just don't know how long they're going to let him do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the team success might get in his way. So, but, to your point, like, it's worth taking a swing at.
Because I feel like, okay, he's rostered in 21%. That's a player that you could get on waivers and stash. Rachaad White goes down, you know who the backup is easily. But if he starts out playing him, then there you go. You have a player.
Another thing, well, for a majority of the league, I noticed yesterday is they were pretty adamant about their, like, some 50-50 in terms of carries, right? Like, look at Detroit. They were pretty much 50-50. Tampa was 50-50. So if they stay the course, then picking up Irvin off a waiver, that's like a steal right there.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I mean, he's going to probably be one of the top waiver wire.
At this point, I would almost dare say that you value him like a Jaleel McLaughlin. Like, you're just waiting your turn.
Yeah.
Jaleel McLaughlin also might be someone I'd be trying to get off of waivers as well.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. He's too good. You're just not good enough to take the starting job, but if something happens,
I mean,
you're worth having.
He outtouched Javonte Williams, so, I mean, the whole game, they both played bad. Bo Nix played bad also. But you outtouched the starting running back, so that's kind of helpful for you in a sense. Because if you outplay him, it might be a Chuba Hubbard from last year type of thing where it's like, all right, you're outplaying, I got to play you, bro. Jalen Warren and Najee, it's like, all right, you're going to outplay him at some point. What about Tank Bigsby? He ran the same amount of ETN. He had great production. He had 73 to ETN's 44. I mean,
they gave every indication all offseason that they were going to use him more anyway, I think. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
I told you to get him. Like, the dude's got talent. Can it be used? You know what I mean? So if he's sitting there and you're getting the same carries as ETN, it's like getting fucking ETN.
He's only rostered in 5% of leagues.
There you go. I would sit your ass down if I had nothing to do with you, but just in case. And he's the vulture on that team.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh man.
If Achan, Devon Achan, and Raheem Mostert are both banged up.
Jalen Wright.
I was about to say, who are you going with there? Because Jeff Wilson is a name that's also popping up for people.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah. Well,
if he's not, he just needs to play 2 set of downs because then he will be because that's what Jeff Wilson does.
I'm going through the list of possible names. Of course.
Yesterday, I was very pleased with what Brian Robinson did. Like, he didn't have a monster game, but the way they used him, I was like, yeah, you're good. I doubt he's on a waiver, but while we're talking running backs, I wanted to mention that.
You said a name before we started recording, Jamal Williams.
Mm-hmm. Again, he's the vulture on their team. That's all he is. So I don't know if I would waste a spot because Kamara will be like, hell no, I'm not giving you my touchdown.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Wilson for the Packers, if they're going to be running the ball a lot, he looked pretty speedy.
He did.
But depends if the rookie from USC comes back.
Marshawn Lloyd?
Yeah.
Which I had high hopes for Marshawn Lloyd going into the season.
Yep, he did.
Stay healthy.
I drafted him and had to put him on IR immediately.
All right. Now, wide receivers, tight ends, we'll just mix them all up in a jumble of it. Of course, the number one on everybody's list is Isaiah Likely. He's only rostered in 28% of leagues.
For sure. It'd be foolish to let him sit there.
Hardly was off the field on Thursday's game. He played pretty much almost every snap. 9 catches.
I thought Mark Andrews was still on IR, basically. So.
Yeah. 9 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown on 12 targets.
I mean, even if he gives you half of that, that's a good week. You know what I mean? I like it.
The production we're all getting at tight end, then you throw in Jake Ferguson owners, David Njoku owners. Yeah, it might be. He will probably be a hot commodity on that waiver wire this week.
Earlier, we were talking about Jalen McMillan from Tampa. I'm pretty sure he's on a bunch of waiver wires. I would pick him up. I like that dude.
Oh, yeah, he is. After how far of a catch did he get yesterday?
But the dude is so used to being in the third guy. Like, he's okay with just being the guy and get in the slot and go to work. He's like Tyler Boyd.
Are y'all gonna go try and get Alec Pierce after his game yesterday?
No, thank you.
Because he's one of the number ones on all the waiver lists right now.
No, thank you.
What does James always say? Boom or bust? That is definitely boom or bust.
I said him before, Raheem Shaheed. Boom or bust.
Yeah.
Like with a boom.
I think, I like Rashid Shaheed with a more boom than the bust. All right. Interesting name, Brandin Cooks.
I think that
I told you, I think he's going to have a good season. Like, he's going to have a consistently decent season. Like, he's not going to give you, like, crazy numbers, but that's a flex player if you need one.
Yeah.
James like, I don't want him.
I don't want him.
I don't want him either, but I mean, if that was where I was at,
with Jake if Jake misses a good bit of time, then yeah, I think he's clearly the number 2 option there. And with how much they throw the ball, you almost have to, but I don't like it. I don't have to.
Yeah, it's about you see the boy. He hates them Cowboys.
Oh yeah, fucking Cowboys.
All right, Caleb, your boy DeMarcus Robinson that you're going after, only owned in 6%. They believe he's in Matthew Stafford's circle of trust, is what they're calling it. So
He's only got like 3 receivers over there that he's cool with anyways. So one of them's hurt. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be trying to go and get him.
I will throw this in there. The number 1 defense that they're projecting to get picked up this week is only in 12% of leagues is the Los Angeles Chargers.
Fuck that. If Seattle's available, you get Seattle. That defense looked amazing. Their defensive coordinator went over there and became their head coach. That defense looked good yesterday.
I thought you were going to say the Minnesota Vikings.
I was just saying for the next week. I'm not saying for longevity-wise, I'm going with Zags. Next week, if I need a defense, they're going against Bryce Young. So that's at least 3 picks right there.
Anyone taking the Patriots defense? Anyone think that's for real?
Yeah, it was good, but I don't think it's for real. They're kind of remind me of Houston last year, where you're still implementing structure, so you can't rely on it. But they have playmakers over there, so I don't know.
And I hate to say this, but the Bears are available. They improved a lot over the offseason. They almost feel like a Steelers light, Steelers NFC, where their defense will just keep them in games.
That's
Pick
true.
them up in week 3.
I mean, they have, in my opinion, maybe the best corner in football. Good pass rush. I don't like their linebackers. That's not a bad pickup, though. Don't play them this week, though, because they're going to get fucked up by Houston.
Pick them in week 3.
Prime time.
Houston's going to ring up 40 on them.
All right. You have to pick a player that somebody should look at. Whether we named them, we didn't name them, we are going with
Brian Thomas Jr.
off of waivers.
He's not owned in 100%. Never know.
It's going to be like 75% at least.
One player.
Whether we named it or we did it, you got to back. This is the player that you're going with. So in the
So I'm
comments,
sure he's not on a lot of waivers, but Lad McConkey with the Chargers. Like, he looked good yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, he's another one of those players, either you love him or hate him. Like, if you think you know too much football, then you're like, I'm not fucking with that guy because he's not going to do nothing. But then if you're like blindly dumb, you're like, nah, that dude's he's gonna get some. I'll take him. I like him.
We're going to do rookie receivers who I think he's been picked up in quite a few leagues, but if Keon Coleman's available in your league, it's kind of similar. From the little, I don't know why he wears number 0. I think that's kind of stupid. But from the little I saw of him, I think as time goes on, people overreact to these rookie receivers not doing shit right away. But it's going to take some time. So Keon Coleman, Vlad McConkey, either one of those guys.
I will say he's probably available in your league. Jacoby Myers isn't an awful option.
I got a
Wide
sleeper
receiver like me.
I got a name that's on every fucking waiver wire probably, and it's Malachi Corley. Like, we don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to use him because we haven't seen it yet. But he looks like the kind of player that Aaron Rodgers could use. Like, he looks like Randall Cobb 2.0 maybe. And if it is, that's good.
Very high-end flex player.
Yup. Shit, that might be a wide receiver too.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
still
go
with
pick
my
him up
boy.
right now in my league.
You can.
I'll tell you this, from what I seen from him, is he reminds me of the Debo, Jaden Reed, Cordell Patterson kind of player, where they're just gonna move him around the line and get him open, and then hope that his ass can take the fuck off. That's what he's gonna do. So don't expect deep balls, but shit, in fantasy you get a lot of points that way.
PPR. My pick will be Colby Parkinson. I'm gonna ride the wave.
I like that
for the Rams. I'm just gonna, if he's available in my leagues, I'm picking him up. I'm dropping in my boy Okinawa, but can't have Will Levis mayonnaise in any of my team. Other than that, good luck, people, on your waiver wires. Put your waiver wires in, get your players. Hopefully, you get something good. Be on the lookout for other fantasy videos for trades and boomer busts and everything else. Much love. We're out of here.